Hey, y'all. So funny story. Right before we went in to record this episode, I was jiggering around some of the equipment in my booth to make some things easier for me. And in the process, I clearly did something that makes me sound not great in this episode. Um, so just early warning if you're like, why does Martin sound so weird? Uh, that's probably why. But I have since addressed the problem, and by next episode, everything should be great. I should sound as amazing and sexy as I always have, and we're gonna have a lovely time. So, yeah. Enjoy the episode.
Hello to our lovely viewers. Welcome to another episode of Must Be Free TV. I am one of your hosts, Victor,
I'm Martin.
and we are here to talk to you today about an episode of the TV show Ripley's Believe It or Not. Specifically, this is, I believe, season 1, episode 6, Ghost of the Mystery House.
And specifically, the animated series.
Oh, yes. Oh my God, the animated series. Yes. Um, So yeah, so I chose this because I had seen the show in I think basically a fever dream back in the day at some point. So this is not something I watched a ton of, but I did recognize it from the like title and like the animation when I ran across this. What is your relationship with the show and or any of the Ripley properties, Martin?
So, growing up, Ripley's Believe It or Not was just kind of a thing that existed in pop culture. Um,
Hmm.
I I really was only exposed to it when I was like a little kid, and I didn't really understand what it was, but I knew people would reference it when they were looking at something weird.
Mm.
Um, Turns out, I really didn't find out what it was until I did research for this
Uh,
episode.
good. Yes.
So Ripley's, believe it or not, is a oddity museum that I believe exists in Hollywood, California.
Mhm.
Um, that's filled with odd shit. I have no proof that any of it is fake, but I have my inklings. I'm just
Uh-huh.
saying. I'm just saying. In regards to the animated series, I had I was aware that it existed. I had never seen
Mhm.
it. Um, but after watching this single episode, this is a prime example of nah child, we got Scooby Doo at home.
God, yes, it is hard to watch a show without thinking, "Oh, this is Scooby-Doo. Oh my god, but it's Scooby-Doo at home. Oh my god." Yes, I absolutely agree with you there. Yeah, so I feel like they have like one of those oddities museums actually in up on the Oregon coast in I believe it's Newport, Oregon, which is a town right near where my friend lives. And
Mm.
I've actually been inside that one. And I think I feel yeah, it's like kind of curiosities like, "Oh, it's a little bit out of date, so it's like I don't know, like, shrunken head from the jungle or like,
Oh,
preserved
yeah.
body part or like, I
Yeah.
don't know, world's largest, like eyeball or something or like and like whale eyeball because it's like big and gross, right?
Sure.
So I feel like it is a lot of that. I do feel like that museum and even the show and kind of it I while doing research for this episode, I saw that they also own the Ripley's company, I think owns the Guinness World Book of Records
That
um
makes so
property.
much sense.
Right. These two things are like exactly the same vibe, right? Where it's
Yeah.
like wow, 90s fun facts to like shock and amaze, right? Like you can just bring I remember
I
as
mean,
a
we ate
child like
that shit up though.
exactly, you bring the book to school, you check it out from the library and everybody
Yes.
is riveted by like ooh, like world's largest human chain was 340 people long. Wow, like and it's like fun, right?
Victor, that was really specific. What where did you get that from?
It was obviously from the Guinness World Book of Records. Um,
Uh-huh.
it's totally a real
Uh-huh.
number that I did not make up.
Are you sure this isn't a human centipede situation.
The world's longest human centipede now in the okay, but I feel like Ripley's Believe It or Not is like the vibe is like slightly edgier than Guinness Book of World Records, right? So it's like a little bit like ooh, like kind of gross facts or like
Is
weird like
it?
anatomy facts. Maybe,
I don't know. Like, oh, okay. I mean, I guess you've been, so I guess that would you would know better. I
maybe.
remember because there used to be because okay, so this is Ripley's Believe It or Not, the animated series. There have been several others Ripley's Believe It or Not TV shows where basically a guy comes on screen. I think it was actually Robert
Oh.
Ripley used to
Oh.
actually host
Holy
one
shit.
of the
Okay.
shows, and he would come on screen and be like, "Hey, here's a weird thing. Is it real or not?" Um, I never actually watched a full episode of the show. I only saw like the previews for it.
Okay.
And one thing that really freaked me out as a kid, which you would think like, why did it freak me out? Because I mean, they have like you were saying, like, they have shrunken heads and
Mhm.
monkeys' paws. Ooh.
Yes.
But the thing that stuck out to me was it was a toddler who was jacked. And I'm talking about had a six pack and like arms that
Like
would make
veins
Hercules
and
go damn. Like it
uh-huh.
was. And here's the thing, I have never gone back to check if my memory, if my little childhood brain just
Uh-huh.
made that shit up, or
Right.
if that was absolutely real. And I'm scared because what if it is?
Right. Right. See, I oh, yeah, it but okay, I do feel like this is the vibe that they want there to, like, make conversation around, like, is it real or not? Like, will you
Right.
believe it or not? Like, they're purposefully, like, casting doubt on their own claims to, like make it a whole thing, right? Which I appreciate the hustle there with that brand, you know? That's
Speaking of
actually kind of a
which,
good brand.
wasn't there a different show hosted by the guy who played Riker on Star Trek Next Generation? Like Stranger Than Belief.
Oh, Jonathan Frakes? Is that
Girl, I don't remember. I was a Riker hater the entire time. I didn't bother to learn his name.
Damn, ice cold. Um, but this sounds really familiar. I feel like
Like
I've
Stranger Than
seen it.
Fiction. Like the like it had a like it fit into the same like genre because he would come on. They would have a fictional reenactment of a story, and then they'd have you guess, is this real or fake? And then at the end, they reveal if it's a real story or a fake story.
Wait, that's so troll. Like, so some of the stories were just like, this was fake, but like you would have never heard about it if we didn't just tell
Yes,
you about it. But it's fake.
yes. The stories in that show are fucking wild, and I don't believe them for a moment when they said it was true. Because, oh, how am I going to verify?
Right, right. Okay, but like actually I kind of
Actually, we
like
have the internet now, so.
I know, you can verify it. But like, okay, in the year of our Lord 2026, I actually kind of appreciate that format because it is actually like a skeptical format, right? Where it's like, maybe
Mm-hmm.
I'm just full of shit. Am I? I am this time, but I wasn't the other time. And like let's like see if we can, build our like determine if this is bullshit kind of like sensibilities, right? Which like I feel is very that's a skill worth developing, I think. So I kind of appreciate that vibe actually, even though it's a very funny premise.
Victor, you sound like someone who's into mind games. That's, I just want to say that's a little concerning.
That's entirely fair. I will accept constructive criticism around this.
I mean, you played a mind game on me. You
Mm.
allowed me to see the state of your couch several times over video calls, but never pointing out to it exactly, but it was always in vision, so that every time I looked at it, it burrowed itself deeper and deeper into my conscience, and I had to take care of the problem, so I drove down there for my birthday
He
and
did.
cleaned your couch, folded your clothes.
That is
Folded. That's not a
true.
word. Folded. No, folded is the word. I folded your
Yeah, yeah.
clothes. Yes, I did.
Yes.
Only
And
to
thank you very
find
much
out.
again, Margin.
Only, only to find out that for some mystical reason that I'm
Mhm.
sure not even you can explain, it sounds like there are now, again, unexplainable. There are now clothes on that couch again.
On the couch again. Well, will you believe it or not? Do you see what I did there?
Victor, you're making me violent. I don't
This is
like
all
it.
part
I don't think you're
this
gonna
is
like it either.
this is all part of the mind game, Arden, you know? This this is that's a
Oh!
second level of the mind game, Jesus. How many levels can I, like, ratchet you up into this?
Okay.
So many levels, as it turns out. Oh my god.
Okay.
Very good. Well, on that note, shall we jump right into the episode? Wait, I think there was something I wanted to say about, the couch thing too. Uh, Never mind, I don't remember what it was. Anyway, so,
Okay. Wow.
jumping right
More
in,
mind games? Great.
more more mind games, yes. But okay, jumping right into the episode. So, we kick off with the, like, opening kind of animation opening, which is like a clip scene of, like, various things from the TV show, with, like, a narration over it.
Very 90s.
Yeah, super 90s, kind of like a heavy, like, kind of dramatic, kind of, like, drum line, kind of, like, action music-y kind of background. Like, not really like a hummable tune, but just, like, kinda do 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 don kinda deal. I will not repeat that sound.
Uh huh.
But so part of the narration goes, I wrote some of this down. So, like, legendary explorer Robert Ripley is the
All right,
original.
bitch. No, no, no. We're gonna stop there.
Yes, please,
That
please.
the lies right off the bat.
Holy shit. Please, I looked this up too. Please go on. Tell me what you learned.
That man was a collector of bullshit. I'll
That's
say, you know
so
what?
funny.
Go ahead. Put me on a stake. That man was a collector of nonsense. The legendary explorer? Did this
That's
bitch think he was Indiana Jones?
right. Uh-huh. I saw, I think just on Wikipedia, that he was an entrepreneur and amateur archaeologist, which does not really
See,
translate
see,
to me
see, here's
too.
the thing. See, here's
Uh-huh.
the thing. Amateur archaeologist means he had a spoon and a backyard.
Yes.
That's all that shit means.
And maybe you go, like, a little light, like, grave robbing during your travel is also kind of what this spells to me.
Okay, we're
You
gonna
know?
get there. We're gonna get there.
Oh
But I
god.
find it's the audacity for them to do a wide shot showing all the shit they stole. But we're gonna get there.
Mhm.
We're gonna get there. We're gonna get there.
Yes. Correct. Okay. So, legendary explorer Robert Ripley is the original, and now Michael Ripley is his descendant, which Homeboy has the biggest jaw, I have seen in a hot minute in animation, which is crazy. So he, like, rugged explorer dude kinda dude. Am I wrong?
No, no, you're not wrong. And, you know, I'm gonna take it a step further.
Uh-huh.
Now, trigger warning. I'm about to do some body shaming. Michael Ripley is shaped so fucking weird. Can we agree to that? He is shaped so odd. Like, it feels like they couldn't decide if they wanted to make him muscular
Mm.
or like a dainty dancer. And they said both.
Oh, is this like the hourglass figure, but, like, on a like a buff dude? Is that
It's weird. It doesn't your butt. How are your legs supporting that?
Mhm. Mhm.
You just look round. Like you look round. And I know some people are round, but you're not this. You're not
Mhm.
this. And be
This
proud of
is
your roundness, people.
right.
Round is beautiful. People love circles. It's the most
Yes.
perfect shape.
Yes. This is just
But
unrealistic body images.
but this man, that it you know what? It's so weird how this man is so freakish, but would at a certain point in my life make me so insecure about my own body.
What a fucking mood. Oh my god. Yep, 100%. But yeah, so
Being
this
gay
is
is a tragedy.
it's a it's a crime against us so often, and, we're
But men are
so
so
brave
hot.
for dealing with it. Yes.
Men are
No.
so hot though.
But just it's a tragedy all over. Absolutely agree. Oh my god.
Okay,
But yes,
body
so we
shaming
have
over. Trigger warning over.
yes, very good. So yes, we have Michael Ripley, the aforementioned man that we were talking about, and then his friends Samantha and Cyril. So yeah, like so there's like a bunch of shots of them like kind of like traveling and fighting different like monsters, like vampires and like mummies and samurai ghosts and all sorts of stuff. And they circle the globe in search of the strange, the bizarre, and the unexplained. And they challenge you to believe it or not. Which they
Stupid as fuck, but you know what?
love
You
it.
know what? If you had to put it somewhere, fine.
Right. They have the brand. You have to say those words at some point, right?
Sure.
Which
Sure.
like it is
Sure.
very cheesy. And to be fair to them, they don't overdo it. Like they don't actually do it like a ton in the show, right? They do it when it makes me like just groan like, "Oh my god." But like they don't overuse it, right?
Sure. Fine. Fine.
So anyway, so yeah, that is the opening. Like, you know, solid, no theme song, but like fine, it gets the job done. So, we open on um a shot of an old man who seems to be like the caretaker of a house. He's walking around this darkened house. All the lights are off, right? Like there's no electric lights anywhere in this house. So he has like a lantern, and then he sees a ghost, which basically is what looks like a dress with no face, like floating in the air, and he seems very unbothered about seeing this person, and he says, "Oh, Mrs. Winchester, it is you." And so he's super excited to see her.
So weird.
He is so unbothered by just seeing a ghost. He's like, "Oh, it's we'll find out his previous employer, Mrs. Winchester." And he tries to follow her because he's just her pal. So she like sort of materializes through the door outside, but he runs into somebody, this woman in this like bright blue like pencil skirt and
Purple.
suit.
Purple. It
Purple.
is a
Okay.
it is a cunty purple suit. And you know what? Immediately let me know she's the bad guy.
Yes, immediately. Like
You do
it.
not get to dress that cunty in 1999
Yes.
and be a woman and not be the villain. It
Right.
sucks. It sucks, but that's just how it was.
She is way too fashionable to not be the villain. Also, I would like to point out that it is presumably like late at night and she is still dressed like that, which is dedication to
Absolutely.
the bit. Like
Absolutely.
incredible. Oh my god, like amazing first impression. So this woman asks the caretaker where he's going, and the caretaker says, "Oh, he saw Mrs. Winchester," which is mysterious. Then we cut to
Oh,
the
real
oh yeah,
quick. Since we're already here, we should point out that the house in question is indeed the Winchester Mystery House.
thank you, yes.
The real world Winchester Mystery House in San Jose, California. Have you
Yes.
ever been inside?
I have not actually been inside, although I have been on the grounds because they have an axe throwing set up there, which I did with my team at work. So I've been axe throwing, but I've never actually been inside the Winchester Mystery House.
Oh my god, you fucking homosexual.
I know. Have you been inside the Winchester Mystery House?
No, I've never had the desire. And
Okay.
I think this show actually does a good job of illustrating why.
Yeah.
It's because there is okay. I think I might have mentioned this on this show before. But there is a very good reason why no one in the mystery gang was black. It's a very good reason. And
Uh-huh.
that's because if even a single one of them was black, there would not have been a show. No mysteries would have been solved. They would have minded their own business. I don't look at a house that wants to be like, yo, we got so many ghosts in here. That
Oh my
doesn't make
god.
me go, oh my God, yeah. No. It's like, okay, so that's the ghost house. We gonna let them be ghosts. We gonna let them haunt. We gonna let them do their boo, boo. Let them have that. That sounds like real fun. I'm gonna go over here to, Chili's and have some lunch. I
Mhm.
don't need to do this. Why are we invading the ghost's place? And
Right.
you know what? We find out later in this episode why potentially the ghosts might be haunting the house. I'm like, yeah, yeah, bitch, you deserved it. That house deserves it. Everything in that house deserves it. Why do I need to be in there?
Mhm. Mhm.
They don't have no beef with me.
Right.
They got the beef with white people. Why the fuck they got the beef with me? They ain't got nothing
Right.
with me.
Why would I get involved if I am not involved right now and there's a lot of mess going on over there? Why do I need to become involved in any of this?
So, given the opportunity, why would I go into the real Scooby Doo house? That
Mhm.
someone gonna have to explain that shit to me.
Another thing about the Winchester Mystery House is that well, I looked this up for this episode specifically, and because I was like, oh, like so basically, it turns out this caretaker is like living there, like all alone, but like this, this house has been a tourist attraction since 1922. Wikipedia says 9 months after Sarah Winchester's death, so it became a tourist attraction very
Wait,
quickly, and it has been a tourist
wait.
attraction for many years. So it's not like an abandoned mansion with only a caretaker. It's been a tourist attraction,
Shut
which
up.
is
Shut
very
up.
funny.
9 months?
9 months, which is disgustingly short amount of time, right?
They didn't even let the corpse residue dry, and they said, lit in the tourist.
Right? Like this is neat. Let's make it a tourist attraction.
That is wild.
Is
That is
isn't it though?
wild.
Oh my god.
I hope
Um
she hates it.
she's like,
I
"Excuse
hope
me,
the
what are you
entire
doing?"
family is weeping and moaning like little bitches.
Oh my
Ah,
god.
oh my God. The one time I will say, thank you, capitalism.
It is so this is crazy. I also originally chose this episode in particular because I think the episode description said the San Diego Winchester Mystery House, which I was like,
Yes, I was
"Okay,
confused.
this is like I am in for like just gross inaccuracies." But I think that was just a typo in like maybe the episode description or something, or somebody did not think San Jose was a real city. They must have meant
I
San
thought it was
Diego.
a made up place.
Right? Like, I think they were like, "Oh, that's clearly a typo. It's probably San Diego, the only city in California that starts with a San." Right, which is
Ugh.
my guess there. But anyway, yes, so Winchester Mystery House. Okay, so this is the opening shot. Okay, so then we cut to the Ripley's Believe It or Not gang. They don't really have a name, but I will call them that.
The fact finders, I think.
Oh, you're right. Thank you.
Because
Yes.
they go on fact finding missions,
Oh
which
my god.
that sounds like y'all steal shit.
Yeah.
That sounds like y'all white people who steal shit. And you know what?
We
Guess
find
what?
Oh god.
Guess what? They zoom out, and what do we see?
Oh my god, yeah. So, like, in their beachfront facility, we get a inside shot of their hideout, which is just full of I wrote artifacts, but these are like it's a bunch of stolen shit for sure, right? It's like
God.
headdresses, it's like what is it? Like an Iron Maiden like spike sarcophagus thing.
Mm-hmm.
Um there's like so many artifacts there that are just definitely like stolen stuff, which is crazy. Yeah. It's just they find facts and other objects wherever they go around the world. Yeah. Real sketchy. So inside this hideout, Cyril and Michael are gambling with I think just candy, which is like, cute. They're playing cards for candy, just chilling. And they find out that Samantha, or Sam, is leaving for the weekend, but she's being really vague about like why she's leaving. So
Mm-hmm.
she's leaving for like just family stuff, call my cell if you need to reach me. And they're very like nosy and they're like, no, 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 where are you going? And she says, well, I'm actually going to the Winchester Mystery House. And they're like, oh, snap. Like, that sounds like fun. I've heard this is the most famous ghost house in the Western Hemisphere, which, like, I don't know that that's true, but, like,
That
sure.
felt like something that the Winchester estate
Yes.
made sure
Yes.
they had to say in the show as
Yes.
part of an advertising campaign. I'm curious if we like look back if around the time this episode came out if there was like a collaboration promo going on at the Winchester house.
Right. It seems this because this seems like such a commercial enterprise that I would not be surprised at that
Mhm.
at all. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, this is just basically a promotional like 30-minute ad for the Winchester Mystery House. I like that. I'll go ahead and incorporate that into my belief system. Yeah.
Mm.
Um, God. But yeah, so this is the most famous ghost house in the Western Hemisphere, so they're very excited to come along too. And it turns out that Samantha is related to um, the old man at the beginning, that's her uncle, and he's the caretaker of the estate. So she has a kind of personal connection to the place too, which Cyril and Michael are very excited to kind of tag along for that. Um, so yeah, so they then we cut to them arriving at the mystery house in a plane that they land on the
In a gigantic plane. And I guess they just decide, yeah, we can land this on the front lawn. That won't
yes.
fuck anything up.
Yes, this is fine. I did not realize because I've only been there once and I like was not driving. So I didn't realize that the Winchester Mystery House in San Jose is like 2 blocks from Santana Row, which is like the like hot downtown San Jose area. So like it
Yep.
like real estate is at a premium and it is not a mansion with a sprawling set of grounds. It is a parking
Nope.
lot right there.
Nope.
There is no wide open grassy area because it's downtown San Jose and that shit, you can't have parks there, right? Like you gotta sell all that land for money, money, money. So yeah, so they simply land a plane on the lawn in front of the Winchester Mystery House, which in this world is not in downtown San Jose. But yeah, so they arrive there on their private plane that can land vertically, I guess. Um and right, because like there's no runway, right? It just kind of gets there. Crazy. Um
Yeah.
but anyway, so like Sam gets out and she's like, well, like this isn't a fact-finding mission, which yeah, these are the fact finders as the group.
Oh,
Um
there's so many facts to find.
right.
No, but Victor, we saw
Uh-huh.
all of those facts
On the wall.
back in their hideout.
You
There were
sure
so many
did.
facts that were legally obtained and
Legally
not
found.
at all taken without the the native people's consent.
Mhm.
why
Mhm.
why would they do that? To put in a museum of curiosities?
Right. Oh my
Why
god.
they
Yeah.
would do
Yeah, like
that?
how did they get this museum of curiosities? What a terrible question. I think there's like 10 or 15 of these museums like scattered around the US and like Europe and places
Mm-hmm.
too. So like you got to have enough stuff to fill 15 museums worth of like space. So yeah, God only knows what kind of shenanigans they've gotten up to there. Um, but anyway, yes. Okay, so they meet so they land the plane, they get into the house, they meet the woman in the purple suit who we find out is named Ruth. Yeah, so she's the trustee for the Winchester estate. She's still wearing that suit because she is a queen. And like like from the last night like still in the suit like what a look. And we find out that the old man from the beginning, his name is Uncle Paul, Samantha's uncle, Sam's uncle. They introduce themselves. The other guys introduce themselves as Rip, which I guess is his nickname, short for Michael Ripley is Rip,
Sure.
which like what
Sure.
a this is a very 90s kind of nickname, right? Like Rip is like a very cool kind of nickname. Like
Mm-hmm.
damn.
Very Disney Saturday morning.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. So we have Rip and Cyril. Um,
Oh, before we go on, real
yeah,
quick, how old is Cyril supposed to
what
be?
a fucking good question. My guess was somewhere in his like at least 30, um, for sure. And right, this is the 90s, so like no one has actual sense of a grounded sense of how old like teenagers are. But I was gonna say at least 30. Like speaking now, like maybe at least 35 or so is like my sense. And then I would put like Rip and Sam in like early 20s kind of. Is that so that was my
Okay,
sense. What were you thinking there?
that's what I got too.
Okay.
It it it, it just felt a little odd to me. Why are y'all hanging around? Why are y'all hanging around with this 40-year-old?
Yes, like Cyril seems much older than them, like for
And
sure.
why is he acting 18? Like,
Right.
this is just very strange to me. But, he's the smart one, so he has to look homely.
Yes. Yes, he's like the
Oh, wow, that,
nerd.
that was really mean. I'm sorry.
You said it.
Okay,
You
but
have to
can we
stand by it.
agree that of the three, Cyril stands out for his looks? And I'm not in a positive way.
Yes, I think he is the I mean, like, cause he's next to, like, Rip, right? Who's, like, again, like, chiseled body image and security, um, man, right?
Is he, like I said, Michael? is weird. He has an odd body. He looks like a balloon has been stuffed under his shirt, and
Yes.
that's his torso.
Yes.
It doesn't read as buff to me in
Mm.
the way that like a Fred Jones does.
Okay.
Like,
Okay.
which clear it's clearly what they were going for.
Yes.
But
Yes.
he he looks like Party City. There.
Yeah.
There I
Yeah.
said it.
Oh god. Yes. Yes. Or like one of those like Halloween like muscle suits you can buy, right? Where it's like
Yeah.
super kind of like disproportionate looking.
Like the proportions are off, and I know it's a cartoon, and like who cares? It's
Mhm.
style, and I don't think the show looks bad. I think the show looks cool. I mean,
Yeah.
it's not, it doesn't stand out in terms of like a unique art style. Like I feel like a lot of shows in the '90s basically look like this.
Mhm.
Even going into the early 2000s, a lot of shows just look like this.
Yeah.
Um, but it doesn't. It's not a bad looking show.
No, it's like a nicely animated, like, not, like, kind of it's, like, very competently done, right? Like, no, like, janky, like, cuts or, like, no, like, weird animation glitches, like, everything looks very, very solid, yeah, for sure.
Also, I thought the voice acting was pretty damn good.
Yeah, that's a good point, yeah, like, everybody kinda has a, like, specific character, like, it's very, like, I'm in it, like, it's yeah, like, every acting job is, like, very convincing. Totally. Totally, yeah, like, this is a very, like, competently put together show that is, like even though it is, like, very clearly a attempted Scooby-Doo ripoff, like, I feel like it competently stood on its own as a show, you know?
I disagree with that, but
Okay.
you know what? Let's move on. I have taken us off track a little bit too long.
Anyway, no. All good. Okay, so, right, we were talking about Rip and Cyril, and we're meeting Ruth now, woman in the suit. So Ruth, thinks that Paul, the old man, is hallucinating now because he told her that he saw a ghost. I think we also, at this point, get, like, owl sounds in the background, which we never hear again, but is just there for, like, a few seconds.
I don't remember the owl sounds. I do remember Cyril, before he walks to the house, hearing Native American drums
That's right, yes.
and turns to see a large Native American statue
Yes.
sitting in the front lawn of the Winchester house.
Mhm.
Now, I've never been inside the Winchester house, but I've driven past it several times. I've never seen such a
It
statue.
does not
And
exist.
knowing the history that they've set up in this episode,
Mhm.
why would they have a statue like that?
Incredibly unclear.
As like a trophy of the people they murdered?
Right, like, this does not make sense, like, in lore. Yeah, no, absolutely not. Actually, let this is where they also talk about the, like, backstory of the Winchester house. So Ruth is tells us that, "Oh, like, yeah, this house was built by Sarah Winchester, who, was the wife of the, like, original, like, Winchester rifle manufacturer, who her husband then died, and then a medium convinced her that she was when she tried to contact her dead husband via medium, the medium convinced her that she was being haunted by thousands of ghosts, but she could trick the ghosts like into by evading them and stop them from following her by building all of these like kind of weird architecture things like the staircases to nowhere and like extra windows and doors that lead nowhere and like stuff like that um and
Okay, that doesn't make sense to me if you're dealing with ghosts.
right.
Like what good does it do you to have doors that basically lead off of cliffs so you fall 8 feet
Mhm.
if you're dealing with ghosts
Who can
who
fly and
who can fly, who can walk through walls? Who like if they can walk through walls, what does it matter if the stairway's go to nowhere? They can just
Mhm.
walk through the next wall and get to where you I girl.
Right. So these ghosts, so we find out that like apparently these are um right these are ghosts of like ancient or not ancient. These are ghosts of like Native Americans who were killed by the Winchester rifles, which was like a very popular
Mhm.
weapon in like the Old West and like kind of the conquest of the American subcontinent, right? Which is like kind of a like I don't know, it feels very like kind of like direct to say like, "Hey, there was some like bad shit that went on. Like, let's not sugarcoat this. Like, these are ghosts of the murdered Native Americans." It was like, okay, like I can kind of I like, is the framing, like, kinda janky because, like, right, there's, like, this was the '90s, so there was, like, the big trope in, like, the Stephen King movies of, like, oh, the Native American cemeteries kinda deal. So it's, like, maybe a
Mm-hmm.
little bit of that too, but also, like, no, there was some bad shit and kind of acknowledging that, so I'm like, "Okay, I like that we're acknowledging that," that there was some bad shit that went on.
Yeah, I mean, I did kind of appreciate that. I mean, it's the bare minimum, but
Yes, it
I
really is.
did appreciate that they at least acknowledge that that's what the Winchester rifle was used for.
Yes, yes.
Um, I will say the way that Paul said, "Yeah, the Winchester rifle, it killed a lot of Native Americans." Like it just felt a little too casual.
Mhm,
Like I didn't hear regret in
mm,
that. I know he wasn't part of the family,
mhm.
so it's not like he was, giving people guns to shoot the Native Americans, but he has reaped the
He
benefits.
sure has.
So I would like to hear a little more regret as opposed to like, yeah, that was a thing that happened. Anyway, cake?
But again, he is the most unbothered man in the entire world about anything because he is seeing
Sure.
ghosts and is like, "Oh, hey girl, like how's it going?" And just very, very chill about this whole thing. With no reason why he's so chill, but this is what I choose to believe.
Sure.
But yes, so we get the story of like the Winchester house. And at this point, I think Sam is trying to get Rip and Cyril to leave, but they think it's super cool at the Winchester house and they want to keep poking around. And she asks them like, "Hey, don't you have some very important research to work on?" And Rip goes, "Hey, Cyril, didn't we finish that research?" "Yeah, we did," and which is like such a dick move. Like she's trying to like get them out of there, like, give them an excuse. They're like, "Nah, we're staying," like, which is so crazy to do. With her
They are
family,
assholes.
they are such assholes. Like, this is her uncle who is, like, maybe having a mental breakdown, right? Like, and seeing ghosts, and they're like, "Nah, let's go, like, ghost hunting here. This is cool." Which is wild, absolutely wild.
Again, like I said before, all these people white.
Yeah.
There is,
Just far away, right away. Like, "Oh, we're dropping off for the ghost house?" Like, "Why was I ever here?" Like, "No, why didn't you tell me that?"
yeah, because you know where the Native American ghosts ain't going? Taco Bell.
Right. God, right. Okay, so also, right, this house has a reputation, and I think even a tourist reputation that it's like full of ghosts and it was built to like, confuse the ghosts, so it has all this crazy architecture. But
Mm-hmm.
I guess according to the Wikipedia page, and maybe there's just like one guy who's like a paranormal researcher. Um, Something was saying that like a lot of the like extra weird architecture was has like rational explanations, like where like one of them is like a bunch of it was built after she died when it became a tourist attraction to look weirder, which is so
Mm.
funny. And then also things like, yeah, like the stairs are really like shallow, but it turns out that's a nice like disability kind of accommodation for like an old woman like walking around this house by herself, to have like shallow
Oh.
stairs, right? And then there's like, oh, there's a bunch of staircases and doors that lead to nowhere, because there was an earthquake and they like had to like rebuild a bunch of the house around like the earthquake damage and stuff like that. And so there was like
Oh.
the places that got knocked down and like doors that go nowhere and like weird like um yeah, doors that lead like to the outside and stuff like that. So I think that that source from Wikipedia seemed to say like a lot of the like, oh, she was crazy and built crazy architecture is exaggerated for like tourist effect, which is very funny to me because like this they really have this brand like very strong. And it's very funny that this is all like kind of manufactured, of just somebody's like house that she built with art custom architecture. Um, but it is a really
Still,
good story.
it's freaky. It's a
Yes.
freaky house.
Yes.
Why do you want to be in there?
Right. Right. Like, no reason even if it's not haunted, like, you don't need to go everywhere, right? Like, you don't need
Why
to.
would you want to stay somewhere that looks like that? Why would you want to stay in a place that's confusing? Why would you want to be alone in a house
Right.
like that?
There's so many, I guess, like, of course, right, it has a reputation, so, like, ghost hunters spent the night there because of course they did, right? And, like, other shit like that. So, like, yeah.
But not even thinking about anything supernatural. That's a lot of places for a murderer to hide.
Correct,
Like just
yes.
a flesh and blood
Mhm,
human being,
mhm.
real world terror, fucking murderer
Yep.
to hide.
Yep, a lot of rooms. And he mentions so, like, this is very, like, I saw the word, like, edutainment, when I was looking for this, which I think this is exactly is, right?
Christ.
Where it's like, "Oh, they converted the original 18-room farmhouse into a 160-room estate," which is crazy.
Oh, you know what? You know what? I think that is. I forget if that rule was still in effect that every children's program had to have some kind of educational
I
aspect
didn't
to it,
know
and
that.
that might have been fulfilling the quota.
Oh my god, like, you have to have one fact in the episode at least. Is that just the one educational moment in every episode? Oh my god. That's I did not know there was this rule, but that's so funny. And I fully believe like, that's why there's, like, weird shoehorned monologues in a lot of this, where it's like, "Oh, did you know that, like, XYZ is" oh god, that's excellent. Okay, so then so we're talking about the history of the house. And Paul tells them that, well, yeah, like so when Mrs. Winchester was alive, every day she would like play the organ, she would ring the tower bell, and that would summon a bunch of friendly spirits to the blue room for a seance. And the seance bell has not rung since the night she died, but recently he has heard her playing the organ again. So there's some mystery happening in this house, right?
See? See? Again, why y'all still in the house?
Right.
If I was still there for some reason, probably I was being held hostage.
Uh-huh.
Once I hear that, oh, the organ's playing.
Right.
Y'all don't have an explanation for that?
Right.
Let's get out.
What a
Let's get
mystery.
out.
And then he's like,
Because what if it is just a psychopath sneaking in every night
true.
and playing the organ?
Right.
That's not better.
As Scooby Doo taught us, like people don't have to be supernatural to be up to shenanigans, right? And like hurting people.
Exactly. Those children should have died 50 times
Mm-hmm.
over.
Like the
The way that
adults.
I have no idea how these teenagers were able to afford all of these lavish vacations
Mm-hmm.
around the world.
Mm-hmm. Well, was this part of their job? Unclear.
No. No, these children weren't employed. They didn't get paid for this shit.
They just did this for the love of the game. Oh
They did this to
god.
help people because, oh no, you're being haunted and you can't have the sock hop. Like, I don't give a fuck, bitch. I don't give a fuck about your sock hop.
Right.
That ghost is sock hopping all over your next. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to need you to leave.
Mhm. Like, what is at
Y'all
stake?
can have the
Not
sock hop
this.
nowhere else.
Mm-mm. Right? God. Like, the stakes are not worth getting murdered by an angry ghost in the end. Oh my god. But yeah, so, like, there is evidence that the house is haunted that Paul has observed, but enough of that, it's time for dessert. So he just leaves
Mm-hmm.
and everyone starts, like, talking about him behind his back, and, like, Ruth is like, "It's so sad that he's, like, going so crazy," which is, like, so rude. Um, but right, so, like, Sam is pretty skeptical that there are ghosts, but Cyril is kinda like, kind of on board with the story, right? Like, he's like, "Tell me you don't believe in ghosts," and it's like, "I would, but I don't want to offend any of the ghosts," which, like, if you're
That was
in
great.
the it's a good
See,
line. Right.
Cyril, we're on the same page.
Yeah.
I don't believe in ghosts, but god damn it, if they are real, why would I want to fuck with him?
Right, right. I'm in the
It's like these
house.
bitches out here. It's like these homophobes out here that were like, because of Frozen, gays have ice powers. Okay, so what if we do? Why would you want to mess with us?
Right, like, this is the whole
Y'all's
mutant
self
thing.
preservation skills are so poor.
So bad, right? Like, let's mess with these things that we don't want. Oh my god. Okay, so we're busy dunking on Uncle Paul, but then we get another knock on the door, and it's this other guy that shows up, and this is Morris. He is Ruth's legal assistant. He's handing over some docs that actually suggests that the Uncle Paul be relieved of his duties because they're concerned about his safety in this house, and specifically that they, as the trustees, could be sued if anything happens to Paul. So this is they're very eager to kind of like relieve Uncle Paul of his like caretaker duties here. But Sam,
Now, children,
yeah,
if you have not figured it out yet, here are our bad guys.
yeah, this is
If
like
that wasn't immediately clear
it's
by, again, a woman deciding to wear fashionable clothing, here is your other piece of evidence.
right. Oh my god, yeah, and they want to get the main character caretaker out of his job. Um,
The only characters with motive are the bad guys?
right.
What?
Secretly, even though there's
How?
maybe a ghost, right? Oh my god. Yep. But yeah, so very, very obvious here, but this is the whole episode. So even in the first moments, like the seeds are planted, but we'll have to wait. But Sam is convinced that Uncle Paul is totally fine, that he's sane, that he can do this job just fine. And like, so she's like very convinced that he's not crazy. But she still also doesn't believe in ghosts. So she's not really like squaring these two things together real well.
Mm-hmm.
But we just never address that, I guess. Um, but yeah. So meanwhile in the kitchen, Paul is just plating a bunch of cupcakes. But he hears this ominous organ music that starts playing, but everyone can hear it too, so it's not a hallucination. And the team comes running to the ballroom, um, and but Paul gets there first. So and he sees a figure, and we never see the figure's face throughout even any of like the history flashbacks where we look at like Mrs. Winchester like walking around and building the house, which I think is like a very creepy effect. And like I'm still shivering a little bit thinking about that because that shit's creepy. You never
Mm.
see the ghost face, like, oh, don't like that. Um, but yeah, so she's always facing away, even in like the portrait of him and her, like Paul is a little kid and her like creepy.
That was weird.
Yeah, like
That was so
it's a
weird.
portrait with her facing away, which is so fucking creepy. So Paul says hello to the ghost, and she stops playing and she walks away actually through the wall. And that's when the team gets there at the ballroom, and Paul like says, "Oh, it was the ghost," and the team doesn't see anything, so they're kind of skeptical. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, so that is so they're not really believing him, but something weird just happened, right? Because there was organ music that everybody heard. Um, but anyway, so Cyril is the only sane person in this situation. So he's like not gonna go running through the house searching because then they immediately split up and say everybody
All
pick a
right.
door,
See,
which
here
is
is another point.
terrible.
Here is another point. Splitting up
Uh-huh.
has never worked.
Never,
Splitting up has never been a good idea
ever.
because you know what happens when you split up? You become more vulnerable. And
Yes.
you know what that means? It's easier for a ghost to get you.
Right.
Or you know what? 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 Maybe the ghosts aren't real. Spoilers, the ghost isn't real.
Uh-huh.
But let's say there is no ghost and it's just a weirdo doing some weird shit.
Mhm.
You want to get got by that?
Right, alone, all alone? No way, no way. Um, and especially, it seems very foolish to split up and pick a door in the Winchester Mystery House, where a bunch of the doors are fake or not real or
Yeah.
lead off of a 8-foot landing. And which happens when Cyril is, I guess, eventually just starts wandering around too. So he finds the blue seance room, which is upsetting to find, and he hears a bunch of footsteps through a door, and he walks out that door and falls, which is where we cut to a commercial break, I think, right? Which yeah, like this is one of the features of the Winchester house is that like some of the doors just open onto like drops, which is like crazy. And also a reason why like I don't want to just go like wandering around if I could get injured if
Right.
I walk through the wrong door without checking, right? Like that is like, and this is like a novelty, which is like cool, but like that also seems like I want a lot of supervision for this, right? So
Mm-hmm.
God. But anyway, so Sam is looking around and she finds Cyril like injured, right? So like they all gather around him and he describes what happened as suddenly I was surrounded by darkness. I've never felt anything like it. Like I stepped through a doorway and fell into another dimension. And then Rip is a dick and says, actually, you stepped through a doorway up there and you fell 8 feet, which is kind of a long way. So he's like definitely
That's what I was
injured,
thinking.
right?
Like,
Like,
yeah, he fell 8 feet, and honestly, he got away
yeah,
fine.
he has no broken bones and he is fine, which is like crazy for an 8-foot drop, right? Like that is enough to like definitely sprain an ankle, like probably break a bone or two, right? Like
I love how you immediately jumped to sprain an ankle. That is the most serious injury you could think
for
of.
8 feet. Well, no, that's the injury you like definitely get, right? And then you probably also break bones, right? Like you don't just like you definitely at least get a sprained ankle, you know? Like
Personally, I would have started with breaking bones, but
yeah.
our priorities are different, and that's fine, Victor. We're different people,
Yes.
and I respect that.
Yes. God. But yeah, so Cyril like was briefly injured but is actually fine. Um, but then Ruth and Morris show up at the scene and this kind of proves their point, right? So they're like, "Oh, do you see how dangerous this house is? And like this is really why we want to get your uncle out of this position because it's like too dangerous for him." But then so while they're talking about this, Rip just finds a like something under I think like a nearby cabinet and it's like a full-on tomahawk with feathers,
Yeah.
which is, like, crazy to just find this, like, lying around. Um,
Yeah.
so and he just also just picks this up without gloves, so this is, like right, not good, like, crime procedural kind of, like, handling either here, right? So they're just like, they found this thing. Um, so okay, so because they found this artifact, which they definitely keep by the end
Artifact.
of this episode, right, they definitely are taking this thing home, right? Like, no
Uh huh.
question. So they're researching on this artifact, and Cyril is looking it up, and it turns out to be a 200-year-old Lakota Sioux tomahawk. And this is very funny. So they zoom into the picture of of this tomahawk axe, and specifically onto the blade, which has specifically like 3 notches on it, and then like this matches exactly the one that they have, and they're like, ah, we got a genuine match from the database, which is very funny to me that that's all you need to like verify that this is a genuine artifact, by like a few notches in the axe blade, um which is not, I'm sure, how archaeology works, but like sure, why not, right?
Okay, but maybe you saw something. How was this relevant to the rest of the episode at all?
Okay, so I don't know. This is a good question, actually. Like, this was just actually, now that I think about it, like, it it wasn't at all. Like, there's a bunch of, like, plot threads that they try to make from it, but all those actually go nowhere and is nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Um, right, and, like, this is also why it's so, like, kinda tacky or something to have the, like, giant Native American statue in the front yard, right? Like, because like, yeah, like, the Winchester guns were used to kill a bunch of Native Americans, so we just have this statue, like, who put the statue up? Like, Sarah Winchester did not put that statue up, I assume, right? Like, that is not something she would've just put up in the yard.
Also, just real quick, I want to point out because, if I've shown anything during this episode, is that I am a scaredy fucking cat. They would zoom in on the face of this Native American statue several times throughout the episode.
Right.
Every time, my butthole was clenched,
Yes.
waiting for those eyes to move, and then I would have left my
Yep.
apartment. I'm like, okay,
Yep.
that's fine.
Don't
The
need that.
ghosts are
Yep.
here. The ghosts are here in my
Yep.
apartment. This is too close. I can't. I
Yes.
can't be doing this.
Yes.
No, 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 no. The
Yes.
statue was made to sit there and not
Right.
move. And now you're breaking the rules. You're breaking the agreement.
Right.
You are breaking the contract.
Right.
So, what am I
God,
gonna do
I
about
was
it? Leave.
also so ready for that. Even though there is yeah, that is not a thing, but, like, they keep cutting to it, right? Like, why?
Right.
Unclear. I am not like, this doesn't actually connect plot-wise with anything. Like, there is no reason why this tomahawk is, like, sitting out somewhere in the house at all. No reason. But it's there, I guess. Um, but I guess this is what causes Cyril to say, like, "Oh, this is, like, maybe from a real ghost because it's a genuine, like, artifact, so now it's time for ghost hunting." So it's just there for, like, moving the plot,
Wait.
maybe?
Wait. Hold on. But the ghost that we're hunting is the ghost of Mrs. Winchester, not a Native American.
It sure is. Correct. Yeah, which is why this doesn't really make plot sense. You're absolutely right. I do not have a better reason why they're doing things or why this is relevant at all either. So, I actually did not think about that, but yeah, like, this makes no sense. Um, but for however we got here, Cyril is now in ghost hunter mode. He, pulls out this motion detector thing, and he's able to, like, plant them, like, all around every doorway and make this, like, digital map of the house, and so, like, yeah, he has, like you can kinda track, movement through the house, which is I don't know if you've played the video game, Phasmophobia, but it's, like, kinda that vibe,
Yes,
which
I
is, like
have.
yeah, right, you have that, which is, like that strikes me as, like, the creepiest fucking ghost hunter tool ever, right? Like you don't have cameras, you just have motion detectors, so all you see is like creepy little things moving around the screen. Like, hate that, right? It's so creepy, right? Like it's the creepiest way of like ghost hunting, which I guess is the point, right? Um, but yes,
That's why I stay in the van. I never go in the house.
correct. Yes, 'cause it's real scary in the fucking house. Oh my god. Yep, yep. So okay, so Sam is like then very reasonably like, "Wait, why are you doing these motion detectors? What kind of ghost shows up on a motion detector?" And Cyril, and I guess this is more fact quota for the episode, says that, "Oh, well, you see, there are two kinds of ghosts. There are apparitions, which are seen, and then poltergeists, which can move objects like the tomahawk," which is again, this plot point goes nowhere. Um, but
Okay.
and then
If the tomahawk was just there for that educational moment,
oh, maybe.
I. Huh. I don't know how I feel about that. Actually, yes, I do. That's so bad.
It's real bad. It's not great plot-wise at all. Um, but yeah, so we get the educational moment, and then, suddenly we hear a sudden organ note, but it's just Rip being a dick and saying like, "Yeah, poltergeists move objects like tomahawks or organ keys," and it's like,
See,
"Please."
that's when we fight.
Yes.
That's when we
Bro,
fight. That's when I pop him like the balloon he is, because
please.
that was
That
rude.
was
That was
that was
rude.
a
But you
straight
know
up
what isn't rude? A mallet. A
right.
mallet is never rude, especially when it's making contact.
That was a straight up jump scare in this episode, which is crazy.
That shit is insane. No, no. When you do that, that means you want to
Right.
die. That means you want to die. We're in a haunted
Yeah.
house where people are playing organs. We don't know if it's a ghost.
Right.
We don't think it's a ghost, but it could be a really bad person that wants to hurt
Right.
us. And that organ sound is going to make me shit
Right.
bricks.
Why
So
would
it
you
would be
play it?
lovely if you didn't.
Right.
But since you want to,
Right.
that means you don't need your teeth.
It's crazy that he does that. It's wild. Oh my god. So, okay, so yeah, we're ready now for ghost hunting. I also believe that the motion detector stuff like doesn't well, no, I think it is it's relevant at a couple points later, but it's like not really important. Um
I mean, it comes back for like when Paul goes missing.
That's true, that's true. And so speaking of which, Paul is, now goes, like, wandering for some unfathomable reason, and he's carrying the axe around, I think, which then just vanishes from the episode, even though Paul had it at some point. So he sees Mrs. Winchester, the ghost, like, outside, like, he goes outside to see her, but she's gone when the kids get to her. So, like, no one else has seen her, um, at this point. And then so like, yeah, Paul keeps like wandering around outside. The ghost is like floating by the front door and like she beckons him inside. And Cyril is watching all of the motion detectors and says, like, oh, like we didn't see anything on the motion detectors, even though like, Paul might have a ghost. But it turns out that they do get a motion detector blip in the rear hallway leading to Mrs. Winchester's bedroom. So they think
Mm-hmm.
that's weird because there's an exterior door, but there's no room attached to it. So then they're like, "Uh-oh, it leads to a drop." Um, so then we cut
Insane.
yeah, like this is the Winchester house like doing his thing, right? So we cut back to Paul who's like in that bedroom and he sees like this kind of creepy like ghostly hallway through the door and it's like kind of green ghost light. But again, he is the most unbothered man and he's like, "Hey, Mrs. Winchester, it's so nice seeing you again." So he's like gonna follow her like and she's like floating down the hallway and he's just following her and he steps out into that hallway, but the hallway is fake, and this is like the door to just a drop on the outside, and he almost falls off the second story of this house. But then Sam, at the last moment, reaches out and catches him. She almost falls out, and then Rip catches her, and they all pull him back, and they're all like safe as it turns out. And I think somebody, I didn't write this down, who's someone says like, man, that Sarah had a truly warped sense of humor, which is the craziest interpretation of like almost dying.
And he said it with a smile.
Oh,
Like
this
it
is
was a
Paul.
fun time they just had.
Yeah. Like, what a silly goose. And it's like, sir, you almost died. Like, what are you thinking? Like, oh my God. Um, Crazy. So yes, Paul narrowly survives almost falling off the second story out of a fake door. Um, and so at this point, Sam is like, okay, yeah, well, like maybe this place isn't safe because my uncle just almost died. So like, okay, but like like he still seems fine. So like she wants to buy some more time and talk to Ruth at the office. And she wants to put Uncle Paul in the care of the boys. So like she goes to the office, and then Paul and the boys are together wandering around. And then Paul unfathomably is just like, hey, you know what? I just want some time alone in the seance room. Which Jesus, like, why would you want that? And the boys are like, yeah, no worries, it's fine. I'll just like we'll stand outside the door, we'll leave you in the seance room, which I hate
Uh huh.
saying that. It gives me the creeps every time. And like we'll be
Oh
right outside,
no.
and Cyril even locks the door that leads to the drop that he fell out earlier, and they just leave him and assume he'll be fine by himself, which is crazy in this house, right? So God, so they are taking care of him by locking him in a room by himself in this house, which is crazy. But anyway, so Sam gets to Ruth's office, and it's completely empty because it's night. Like it's night for a lot of this episode. So it's unclear why she expected anybody to be there. But nobody's there. And she's kind of like sort of sleuthing around in their offices, and she like tries a door, and they have a kind of like a little architecture model of the grounds of the Winchester house. And at this point, there's like lightning outside, and it's like very dramatic. She bumps the model, and it turns out it lifts up, and there's underneath, like, there's a whole redesigned like grounds model with like totally different buildings. So it's like, uh oh.
Why?
Right?
Why did you make why'd you make it like that? Like what? No, 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 no. Okay, so you built a model of what you want to turn the Winchester house
Mhm.
into. Totally makes sense. But you had commissioned a specialty model that you could slide on top of the
Yes,
original
yes.
so that you could take it off for a big like business meeting reveal.
Dramatic
Is that what
effect.
that
It's
is?
for dramatic effect. I fully believe that Ruth would do this for dramatic effect, though. Am I wrong?
No. No, she would.
But you're right. Like, there's no reason to build it where it like fits underneath the original model, right? Like, you do not actually need to build it like that, but they do, and I respect that.
Yeah, drag queens reveal
Yeah.
wigs. Ruth reveals business
Yes,
opportunities.
yes. She is a real estate mogul. Oh my god. Okay, so back at the house, Cyril has been standing guard outside the window, outside the door of the seance room, but they go in to check, and Paul has vanished mysteriously, which absolutely not. Hate that for us. But then,
Mm-mm.
like, yeah, we cut to like Paul, and he's like just wandering around outside somewhere. And he sees Mrs. Winchester again, and he tries to like lay his hand on her hand, but he can't touch her. And then he says, "Oh, right. Of course I can't shake your hand. You're a ghost." Then this man,
Now this is why this man needs to be removed from this
uh-huh.
house. If someone touches a
Mhm.
ghost and his reaction is, "Oh, I'm sorry," and then continues to talk to
Yes,
it,
yes. Oh, hate that.
girl, no. No. Put that man in the loony bin.
Like, this is not intended to be a scary part of the episode, but it is somehow so incredibly unnerving to me that
Because he's not reacting the way that he
yeah.
should when interacting with a what at least what he thinks at this point is a real
Right, this is
ghost.
crazy, and he just can't he just put his hand through her, which is the craziest part of the ghost interaction. Like, oh my god, yeah. Nope. It's very, very scary to me. I'm also very, very much of a chicken and a scaredy cat, but like, oh no. Yeah, hate this. Okay, so we cut back to Cyril and Rip like looking for Paul, who has vanished from the empty room. And Sam comes back and she's like wet from the rain, and she's like, hey, like, where is my uncle? Have you lost him? Like, what are you doing? Like, understandably, she is pissed that he has vanished from the locked room. And Sam is like,
Mm-hmm.
and the Cyril, I think, is like, maybe the ghost took him, and Sam is like, no, like, there must be another way out of this room. So they are like looking for another way, and they're like, oh, like, I remember this being very like trivial, where Sam is like, oh, well, what about that cabinet over there in this room? And they're like, wait, like, what are you talking about? And she's like, yeah, there's a gigantic secret passageway directly in this cabinet. All you had to do was like look in and you see it, which is crazy that they
Right.
didn't look in the only piece of furniture in this room to see if there was anything weird about it at all. Before
Well, Victor, these guys are fact finders. They never said they were smart.
God, right? Like, this is she finds this so quickly. Which is cool that there's like a secret passageway out of the cabinet in the room. Um, but like, yeah, he just that's how Paul got out, and that's all there is to it. And the boys just didn't check for anything like this, which is crazy.
Sure.
Um, God.
Sure.
But now, so Paul is wandering around outside on the roof, in this lightning storm.
How did he get on the roof?
I assume that there are just passages. It's the Winchester house, so I would believe in universe that there's like passages that lead to the roof from this cabinet hallway secret passageway thing,
Okay.
right? Like this is,
Right.
I
Right.
believe that. And he's following specifically like the ghost of Mrs. Winchester. So she is like floating around, floating up in the air, and she is like beckoning him to like walk off the roof. But then at the last second, like Rip appears, who has I guess been following them through the passageway, and he like grabs her, and then I'm not totally clear on the action here because it looks like he jumps off of the roof and tackles her to the ground. Um, did I get
No, no,
okay?
no, 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 no. So I was with you
Okay.
there. At that moment, I was very confused because it looked like he just jumped off the roof and everyone was okay
Yeah,
with it.
yeah, yeah.
Uh, so what? Okay, it's revealed that the ghost is actually the result of laser
Yes.
projectors that have been placed, I guess, all around the Winchester house. That Paul, being the psycho he is, never found.
That's true. He's the caretaker, right? Like, presumably, he should be able to find gigantic hologram
Yeah,
projectors randomly
yeah,
around the
you'd think.
house, but who knows?
So presumably, Morris or Mr.
Mhm.
Morris has been dressing up as the ghost of Miss Winchester somewhere in the house and has just been projecting his image across the property.
Oh.
So when we see Michael grab his arm, it's because he's grabbing the actual Michael somewhere else in the house.
Oh.
And when he jumps off the roof, he's just jumping onto the floor.
Oh, because he's, like, being projected, in the hologram.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That that makes more sense because like, this camera work, like, was very confusing to me to, like, understand what was happening, but okay. That makes more sense. Thank you, okay. Oh my god. Um, let's see, but yeah, these, like, laser projected holograms, which, like, it was 1999, and, like, that shit was all over Vegas, right? So, like, I
Mm-hmm.
fully believe that that was the coolest technology there. And yeah, like you mentioned, it was Morris underneath, trying to scare off Paul. And so the gang all collects sort of inside around Morris, and Morris immediately tries to sell out Ruth, to say like, no, 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 this was all Ruth's plan. So like, yeah, like I wasn't in this alone. And Ruth comes in at this point, and Sam confronts her and says like, hey, like I know all about this plan to replace this house with luxury condos, which is such like I absolutely believe that for downtown San Jose, you know, like that is completely realistic plot. Um, if this were
But who would want? Okay,
oh, you right.
Victor, we've both been near the Winchester House.
Yes.
Why would you put luxury condos there?
That's a good point. Like this. Oh, would I want to live in a condo
For
that used to be
who?
the Winchester House? No, I would absolutely not. Not want to be in the Winchester House condo complex. Nope, that is a special kind
The
of horror.
Winchester House condo
Oh
complex?
God, no. Oh my God, nope.
We guarantee at least one Native American ghost per suite.
Right, Jesus. Nope, absolutely not. Yeah, you right. You're right. Like what? Like who would want to stay in the haunted condo property? Like, oh God, so unclear. But yeah, so Sam confronts her about the plan. Um, Ruth tries to make the excuse that she was at the office, but Sam says like, "Oh, hey, no, you weren't, because there's no mud or rain on your shoes." So like this is I guess maybe this is like the mystery solver thing, but like this is only one deduction gets made here. It's not really like the main point of the show, I think. This seems to me much more like the action show, right? Like you do the paranormal ghost thing, and then you have the heroic moment where you capture the ghost. Like not really a deduction show. But in any case, but at this point, there is, I think, just a very convenient power outage, um,
Yeah,
which
it just goes out right when she needs it to.
yeah, and then, like, Ruth doesn't cause it, it just happens, I think, and yeah, like,
Uh huh.
Ruth uses this opportunity to escape in out of the house and into her car, and so she starts driving away, which is really convenient timing, but sure, why not? And it's also a jump scare, right? So, like, fine. Um, but then, at this point, a Native American ghost, appears in front of her, and she gets spooked and, like, swerves the car into a tree and wrecks her car, which is pretty badly
Brutal.
wrecked, like, her windshield is busted and everything.
She gets a concussion.
Yeah, yeah, it's like she is injured, but fortunately, this gives the gang, like, the time to, like, catch her and, like, get her arrested, I guess, right? So, like yeah, so then, I think Sam is like, wow, Cyril, I can't believe you set up, the ghost hologram projector to make the Native American ghost so fast. Like, that's so
Uh
good."
huh.
And, like, Cyril and Paul both saw it, and Cyril was like, "What are you talking about? I didn't do anything," which hate that for us, right? Because like, ugh, right? Because like, okay, and like because what I remember from the show was like there actually was like some like magic and like paranormal stuff in world in this show, which like in this case, like what happened here? Oh, weird. And at this point also the seance bell rings. And I think like Sam goes like, "Oh, I'm this isn't real. It's just the wind." And I think Rip goes, "Well, what wind? What are you talking about? There's no wind." Um, and then
Mm.
Paul, the most unbothered man in the world, says, "Well, I guess, well, Mrs. Winchester like showed you like you heard the bell. Like I better go see what the boss wants." So he's presumably gonna go to the seance room again, because the bell rang, and that's just part of the routine, which is crazy. So something weird just happened, but this is the opportunity for Rip Michael to face the camera directly and say, "Believe it or not," which
Fuck me.
I
Fuck
groaned,
me.
but I do respect that a lot, you know, like, you gotta say it a certain number of times per episode.
I guess.
I think that's cheesy and fun, but, like, oh god, I did groan for sure. Um, but, yeah, and that is the end of the episode. We get, like, kind of just closing credits, like, just, like, kind of generic music over the, production credits, and that is the episode.
Real quick. Real quick. I don't understand. Assuming that the Native American ghost was real, and presumably the ghost of whatever Native American the statue was based
Uh-huh.
on, and whoever owned the
Yes.
tomahawk, why is the Native American ghost seemingly Protecting the Winchester house.
from being turned into condos, right?
Yes. Why does the Native American ghost care?
That it's condos or like yeah, why would they want it to be a monument to the Winchesters is really the
Right.
question.
I think they'd want it demolished.
Right? Like like unclear. I mean like
Or it, like, at best be indifferent.
right. Like it like both of these are kind of terrible options and like I guess is the moral of the story that nobody likes luxury condos replacing things in the neighborhood? Because like, I mean, maybe I could get behind that message, but yeah, like,
Is it just anti
yes,
gentrification?
yes, the Native American ghosts are like, I don't want this neighborhood gentrified 2 blocks from Santana Row. So
Right, right,
I'm gonna
right.
keep it like to being the Winchester house. Oh my god.
We already had to make do with Westfield Valley Fair. We are not letting you do this to the Winchester house, too.
Oh my god. Yeah, it's it you're right. This is completely inexplicable why they have an interest in keeping it the Winchester house or like why they want to punish her cuz she doesn't do anything to them, right? Like
Right.
there's no reason to get Ruth into a car accident, right? Like I don't I don't know. They definitely took that tomahawk home with them though, right? Like
Oh,
that
absolutely.
no question.
They absolutely took that
Yeah.
artifact home
The
with them.
haunted artifact, right? Like uh unclear. Yeah. Just amazingly questionable decisions all around. Oh my god.
Mm-hmm.
Uh but anyway, yes, so this is the end of the episode. And as always at the end of each episode we have a couple questions. Let's see. So my question for you today, Martin, is what amount of money would convince you, if any, to spend the night in a known haunted house?
How much money does Pluto cost?
Pluto being the planet or the
The
okay.
planet.
I don't know. Are we talking like mineral rights? Are we talking like, resource
Then
claims?
nothing. You could pay me nothing. I, you could, let me explain
Mhm.
something to you. Let me explain
Mhm.
something to you. If I catch a whiff, a scent, a smell, a waft in the air that there might be a haunting
Mhm.
or, oh, this is cursed ground,
Oh, uh-huh.
you know what? I don't believe in ghosts. I don't believe in curses. But I don't have proof against
Mhm.
it. So let's just say, for funsies, I just take a nap in this
Mhm.
house. I don't know if these ghosts are racist.
True.
Why do I want to disturb them?
Mhm.
Even if they're not, what if they're friendly? This is their
Mhm.
house. Why am I disturbing them?
Right. Why are you invading their space?
Like, there's a reason why people left this
Right.
place. And I don't think that's taken into consideration enough. You're like, no one's here. This place is
Mhm.
abandoned. Why?
Why is it
Okay,
abandoned?
let's consider
Yeah.
why. Is it reasonable? Okay. Then you don't need to be here
Right.
either. You don't need to be here either.
Right.
Leave. Get the fuck out. You're not welcome
Right.
here.
People have made this very clear that you're not welcome here. So why would that other people were not welcome here? So why would I be welcome here? Why am I special
Thank
enough
you.
to be welcome here
Thank
when
you.
other people were not?
Oh my god, it's the abandoned sawmill. Yeah, the abandoned part? That's why we're not going there.
Right.
Because people left it alone for a reason.
Oh my
Maybe it's
god.
dangerous. Maybe there's a psycho killer roaming around.
Right.
Neither are good, so let's leave it the fuck alone.
Ooh, or maybe it's just full of carbon monoxide, right? Which is another reason why people have been like
Hey,
seeing
look at
ghosts,
that.
right? Like all sorts of fun reasons.
That's a good answer.
Oh.
That's a great answer for why you should not go there. Okay.
Right, like, after hearing your answer and thinking of, like, yeah, like, would do I fully just wanna get, like, carbon monoxide or, like, lead poisoning? I don't I don't know if I would do it, right? Like, I only have this one life, right? Like, I don't need any
Uh
of
huh.
these afflictions if I don't want to
Oh,
have
yeah.
them, right? Like, perhaps
Mm hmm.
not. Perhaps I don't want to be murdered by a psycho in a large house where you cannot search every room. you know?
Right?
Oh my
Right?
god. Yeah. No. Also, I would probably not be able to sleep. Like, I would definitely be, like, just, like, awake the whole time, which is not, does not sound like fun, you know? But
Mm-mm. Nah.
nope. Uh-uh. No way. Good, good. And Paul lives there, right? Like, Paul is the caretaker and
Yes.
lives in the Winchester house, which I guess you have to be the most unbothered man to do that. So, fair, I guess, but, like, oh my god, no. Um, so then my last question for you, Martin, is would you watch more of this show, from rating from 1 to 5?
Hmm. I give it a 2.5. Like, this is definitely in the realm of shows from around, my childhood that I do have nostalgia
Mhm.
for. And it does it definitely hits that formula that I enjoyed. So maybe, but at the same time, and just like I could watch Scooby Doo.
That's right, I would like to revisit your Scooby Doo at home comments. Yeah. So, you said this was not as effective as Scooby Doo in the sort of, kind of, like, mystery mixing the weird and normal, like, criminal kind of, vibe.
It felt like it was trying to imitate without fully grasping what made Scooby Doo
Mm,
fun.
mhm.
And I think a big part of that, I really do think a big part of that is that the monster has to also like be more involved, like
Mhm.
generally. Like it takes about what, like 60% of the episode before, maybe even actually more, before any of what I'm gonna call the fact finders even
Yes.
see the ghost.
True, true. Because it's just Paul for, like, a lot of the episode, yeah.
And a big part of the fun of Scooby Doo is seeing how all of the different people interact with the ghost,
Yes.
how they're trying to hide from and also maybe follow the ghost because they are directly next to it, and that creates the tension. With
Yes.
this, it's like, yeah, the mystery solvers barely see the monster.
True, true. Like, part of Scooby Doo is the iconic, like, chase scenes with the monster, which usually happen, like, pretty early into the episode, right? When they're first investigating?
Yeah, one of the first things you usually see in an episode of Scooby Doo isn't any member of the mystery gang, it's the monster.
Mhm.
Because they are
Mhm.
just as important to this as any of the other characters. Whereas in here, the ghost is just, I don't know. I just think they need. I mean, they are there, but I think they just needed to be more involved.
Yeah, like, more interactions with the characters, or even just with Paul, but, like, more kind of spooky happenings, early on with the fact finders.
Right. I think it also. I mean, one thing I will give them credit for with this episode is that there was someone. Actually, no, I'm not going to give them credit. Move on.
No, no comment. Nothing there. Uh, true. Okay, yeah, that is totally fair, and I like that insight into, like, what makes Scooby-Doo work. Yeah, because I think this is, yeah, definitely trying to be a clone. It has a different vibe. For me, I think this is maybe a 3 out of 5 would watch again because I am a sucker for a little mystery. I am a sucker for a little kind of paranormal stuff. I'm not sure if the rest of this is, like, ghosts or, like, kind of more general, like, Scooby-Doo, like, something paranormal or some monster or something is happening there. But I am a sucker for that. I am a sucker for a procedural mystery. This is a little more, like, actiony technology-ish, I think, so, like, um, I'm not sure how well that's gonna hold up. But, yeah, I'd check out, like, maybe another 1 or 2 more to see if it holds up there. But, yeah, overall, like, I just wanted to make sure that the show was, like, real, like I remembered it mostly. So definitely, like, a nostalgia revisit for me of, like, that thing we saw a long time ago, never followed up on, and then vanished, and I was never sure if it was real or not. Um, But yeah.
Believe it or not.
Thank you. Yes, I think that is a perfect, point to end on. So, uh, I will force this as our ending. So thank you very much to our lovely viewers for, watching along with us. Thank you, Martin, for talking with me today. And we will catch you next time. Bye.
Oh, wait, plugs. God
Oh,
damn
yeah,
it,
sorry.
plugs. Okay, here we go, people. Listen up. If you'd like to check out what I do, which outside of doing this podcast is working as a voiceover actor, you can check me out on my website at www.martinbenoit.com or on Blue Sky at Martinigma. That is Mardenigma. Or I guess on LinkedIn if you're really that self hating. You'll find me.
What a mood. Oh god. Well, thank you very much to our lovely viewers for, watching along with us. Thank you, Martin, for talking with me today, and we will catch y'all next time. Bye.
Bye.